Hello, everybody out there in LinkedIn land, Facebook land, wherever you might be watching this, hopefully on YouTube. We're growing those subscribers. But we are here to talk with another one of our fabulous, fabulous speakers that I am so excited to have come in contact with this year. She is new to my space, but I think this is going to be such amazing value. We were connected through a former Gallup employee, and man, he has done a great job of bringing some really high quality people to my sphere. When Kalyn and I met for the first time on a conversation, I thought I could talk to this woman for hours. And so very excited to present you guys. We have the forum coming up here in October. Uh, October 2nd through 4th, if you're on this side of the world, 3rd through 5th, if you're on the other side of the world, this side of the world being the US. And without further ado, Kalyn, please tell us a little bit about who you are, where you are, and what you do for the world.
Absolutely. So, hey, y'all, I am Kalyn Romaine. I am a founder, an organizational psychologist, and executive coach. I am a Gallup coach, have been for several years now. And not only do I love the tool, but it has such a huge personal impact on my own life and career. I currently run a consulting firm that operates globally, and I help people create companies that people love to work for and buy from. And I take great pride in that. I'm based in Metro Atlanta, but I am a native Detroiter and a Michigan grad. So go blue and what up, though, to all my folks out there who are affiliated. And I've had the pleasure of living in a bunch of places. So I really relish the fact that I get to pull on all of these experiences and incredible just relationships and friendships that I've built over the years to talk to you all about strength. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I am so grateful to have you in this forum. I think your voice is going to be such a huge add. And so,
Thank you.
that being said, what are we going to be expecting from you at this year's forum?
Yeah, so I'm really excited to talk about the multidimensional ways that our strengths show up in our lives and careers. In my own strengths journey, I've learned about the ways in which my identity is actually a feature of the way I express my strengths and not a bug. I want to talk to you all about how your identity dimensions, and that includes things like race, gender, your educational background, your place of origin, your primary language, even your communication and conflict management style, how all of those identity dimensions play into how you express your strengths and how you can still maintain a healthy and confident sense of self, regardless of the environment around you, while also building thriving relationships. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Love that because it plays right into what I really believe, right? The whole thing I'm doing around the education of strengths and exposing more people to strengths is trying to get them to see that this is there's 34 talents, but those 34 talents are a neutral language that really unite all of us, right? In spite of what I love to call our isms, right? So, in spite of who you are or, in favor of who you are, your strengths are going to be there to shine and how they shine for you and become that, you know, as I've said before, kind of a neutralizing, territory. But for me, it's just about shining the way you're supposed to shine and letting people see you the way you're supposed to be seen.
Yes, I love that so much. And we honestly, we have more of a say in that than we think, but
Yeah.
I gotta save that for the forum. So
Yeah, no, people got to tune in and come to the forum to find that out. But I can tell you guys, it is going to be a rich conversation. She has got some real nuggets of wisdom to share. So these are nice, quick little interviews here. So we're going to wrap this up. I've got one last question for you, but it's a little
yes.
bit of a surprise. I know my people out there that like to think a little bit more. It makes them nervous, but sorry, my activator is going to win. Pick a number 1 through 5.
Mm.
5. So we are doing the Future of Strengths Forum. What does a strengths based future look like to you in your work,
Mm.
your community, or world?
Yeah, self-ownership. Self-ownership is so important to me because we are responsible for our choices, for how we choose to show up in the world, how we impact others. We are responsible for taking ownership of that impact and not just focusing on intent. And I think that for me, strengths has helped me to understand myself, but then it's also given me greater accountability in the way that I treat others. Because just because strategic is my number one, it doesn't mean that I get to dismiss the folks who might lead with woo. And so, what does that look like for me to be comfortable in myself, but also create space for others? And I think the future of strengths is people being so aware of their strengths that it causes them to be accountable for creating space for others to not just know, but also be able to live and execute their strengths too. And that's super important.
Ugh, I love that. And that plays into, right? I always tell people when you have two different talents, and I often use analytical and empathy because they're sort of
Yes.
like obvious,
Yes.
opposites, right?
Yes.
Empathy is all about feelings and analytical is all about thinking and data and proof, right? If you don't know this about one another, empathy looks at analytical and goes, ugh, they always ask me a ton of questions and they never believe anything I tell them. I don't even know why I'm talking to them. And they don't even look like they care. They're always just like stone cold, no expression, never know what they're thinking. And right, we create a block, we create a conflict. And analytical is looking at empathy like, oh my God, here they come, all the feels, right? They're not even looking at what's actually happening. But you're actually looking at the same thing, right? And when we know that about each other, that doesn't mean analytical or empathy are going to stop annoying one another, right? It doesn't mean you're going to stop annoying one another, but it's going to give you a moment to go, okay, I do find that a little bit annoying, but at least I know why they're doing it. It comes with positive intent. This is not about me, it's about them. And if I don't have to change who I am as analytical to let empathy in. I just have to understand what to listen for and make sure that I can get the information I need. And so when you know that about each other, you sort of like open those communication pathways
Yes.
to be more tolerant. So I often say it's a language that allows us to build confidence and tolerance at the same time.
100%. And not just tolerance, but to create real collaborative relationships.
Yes.
Because empathy needs the analytical.
Yes,
Analytical needs
absolutely.
empathy because data without a story and without understanding the heart of a story is the recipe for talking at people versus with people. And empathy without analytics is the setup to be taken advantage of.
Yes,
Folks know how
ma'am.
to play on your heartstrings. So it's the
Yes.
balance of the but it's funny because 'cause I'm gonna talk about that too, about what to do when even in your top 5 or your top 10, you have what feels like competing strengths. But yeah,
Oh, I
stay
can't
tuned,
wait.
y'all.
I cannot wait for your session. And folks, if you want to learn more and hear what Kalyn has to say, I really do hope you will register for this year's Future of Strengths Forum. It is October 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, 2 half days, 1 full day. And we still have an early bird going on, which should be available till August 31st. This video should be up before then. However, if you miss it, it's still just $197 to attend the full forum at full price. That gets you all the recordings, access to the workshop, access to all of the networking events, access to all of our speakers, access to all of our panels. It is well worth it. Why do we keep the price where we keep it? We keep it where we keep it because this is about accessibility. This is about democratizing strengths and what we see as a real change that's possible for our future. And this is where it starts. So I hope you guys will take a moment to register. We're going to have a registration link that's very specific for Miss Kalyn. And so we'll make sure that you're registering and we know that you came right through her to get to this. So thank you so much, Kalyn. I look forward to seeing you there and hope a number of you out there listening will join us.
Thank you so much. See y'all soon.